If you're looking for a place with stunning mountaintop views, a close-knit community, and access to downtown Chattanooga, then Signal Mountain could be the place for you. In today's video, we're going to dive into what makes living on Signal Mountain so special. We'll cover everything from housing and places to consider moving on Signal Mountain itself, to community amenities, to things to do outdoors. And by the end of this video, you should have a pretty good idea if Signal Mountain is the right place for you. Before we jump in, I am a licensed real estate agent in the Chattanooga area, and I would love to help you find the perfect home. My phone number is 423-358-5656. You can call or text anytime, and I'll leave my email in the description and the comments below. Okay, let's jump into the video. One of the biggest reasons that people are moving to Signal Mountain is the incredible neighborhoods. There really is a bit of everything up on the mountain. There are some charming cottage style homes that have historic characteristics to them. There are newer construction homes, and then there are some homes that are built in the past 20 to 30 years that are still quite nice. And there's also a wide range of price points up on the mountain. One of my favorite neighborhoods is the Old Town or Historic District neighborhood. There used to be a trolley up on Signal Mountain, and you can actually still see some of the tracks from the trolley up in the historic neighborhood. There are a number of older homes in the area with lots of character to them. I would say that the prices here are going to start in the mid $300,000 range for a cottage, and they could go all the way up in the multi-million-dollar range for new construction or for a fully restored estate. Another one of my favorite places up on Signal Mountain is Carriage Hill. Now, some of the houses on Carriage Hill have gorgeous bluff views of downtown Chattanooga itself. And so if you're looking for a home with a view, then Carriage Hill could be a place to consider. Now, there are a number of houses on Carriage Hill that are kind of tucked up onto the hill, and they don't necessarily have views, but the area is very walkable. In the evenings, if you drive around up there, you'll see a number of people out walking their dogs or just out enjoying the weather, and they'll be walking right along the bluff view area. And there are a number of areas where you can watch sunrise or sit and watch the sun lower over the Chattanooga Valley. There are a couple of new construction luxury neighborhoods up on Signal Mountain with prices starting in the $1 million range. And as I mentioned, there are a couple of older neighborhoods, maybe 20 to 30 years old. And in there, you can find houses starting in the $400,000 range and going all the way up to the $800,000 or $900,000 range. Now, there are not a lot of condos or rentals up on Signal Mountain. However, at the base of Signal Mountain, there are a number of condo complexes that kind of split the difference between downtown Chattanooga and Signal Mountain. So if you would like to live right at the base of the mountain, have access to Signal Mountain, then that is a possibility if you're in the rental market. Okay, in terms of shopping and dining, there are actually a number of really great options up on Signal Mountain. In Chattanooga, there are two predominant mountaintop communities. One is Lookout Mountain and one is Signal Mountain. They are across the Tennessee River from each other. If you saw my video on Lookout Mountain, then you'll know that there's not a lot of shopping available up on Lookout Mountain itself. That's not the case with Signal Mountain. There's a grocery store called Pruitt's, and I had only driven by it. I'd never gone inside because I don't live on Signal Mountain, so there's not really a reason for me to go grocery shop up there. But while making this video, I decided to go into Pruitt's and check it out, and I was honestly shocked at how nice this store is up on Signal Mountain. I mean, they had a great produce section, they had a coffee bar in there, they had pizza by the slice. It was almost like a mix between Fresh Market and Whole Foods. That was the sort of feeling that it gave off in there. There are also a couple of pharmacies up on the mountain. You have what I believe is Signal Mountain Pharmacy, and then right next to it is a CVS pharmacy. There are a few doctor's offices, a few dentist offices. There is the Signal Mountain Bakery, which has delicious baked goods. And then there are a few restaurants and places to eat, as well as a few food trucks sprinkled across the mountain. One of my favorite places to go up there is Mayfly Coffee. They roast their own beans, and they're just next to the Historic District. And just off of the Historic District is where a lot of my favorite hiking trails in the Chattanooga area are. We'll touch more on hiking trails in a bit, but the coffee at Mayfly is excellent. There's nothing like going on a long hike and then grabbing a hot coffee or an iced coffee, depending on the temperature outside, and just relaxing at Mayfly for a little bit. There's also the Station 11 Brewery right next to Mayfly Coffee. They have food and drinks. I haven't been there yet, but it looks very good, and I've heard good things about it, so it's on my list of places to try. Another local favorite is the Southern Star. This is a Southern restaurant serving Southern comfort food. I have not tried this either, but I would love to. There are a couple of Mexican restaurants. There is the pizza place. There is a Domino's up there. So there really are a number of options up there on the mountain. And if those don't suffice, then a short drive down the mountain, you can get to Walmart. There's a Whole Foods fairly nearby. There are all kinds of wonderful places to shop very close. Also, I nearly forgot to mention this, but there is an Ace Hardware up on top of the mountain. We are at the tail end of winter, almost into spring as of the recording of this video. And I was up there the other day and they just brought out all of the plants and gardening essentials. I was wandering through there and saw some blueberry bushes. Those caught my eye. I think I'm gonna have to go and pick some of those up. From my perspective, one of the best parts about living up on Signal Mountain is the outdoor recreation and the outdoor lifestyle that you can have up there. As I mentioned, my favorite trails in the Chattanooga, Tennessee area are up on Signal Mountain. If you're looking for a place with a stunning scenic overlook, then there is Signal Point Park. This is a national military park. You can park your car and then about 150 feet away is a stunning overlook of the Tennessee River Gorge. It is so beautiful up there. I highly recommend checking that out. There are also trails that connect to the park, and I believe that the longest one is nearly 14 miles long, if not a little bit longer. There are a number of shorter trails, shorter loops that go through there, and it is just a gorgeous place to go. There are also some spots where people will rock climb down there. So if you're into rock climbing, that could be a place to check out. There is also the Rainbow Lake Wilderness Trail, and one of my favorite hikes to do along this is out to Edwards Point. Edwards Point is another overlook. It's maybe 4 miles, 5 miles. It's a decent hike to go there and back, but you cross a couple of creeks. There's a lot of elevation, and the views are totally worth the hike. So if you're into hiking, into beautiful views, if you've got a dog and you want to take them out, then that is a great place to go. I love to take my golden retriever Boston out there, and we'll hike all the way out to Edwards Point, and then on the way back there is this small waterfall area, and we'll hop in there and take a swim and then head back to the car and head back home. I believe that there is also some bouldering and rock climbing along the Rainbow Lake Wilderness Trail. So if you're interested in that, again, make sure to check that out. Another place that really stands out to me is Falling Waterfalls. This is a 110-foot waterfall up on Signal Mountain. It's on the other side of Signal Mountain from where Signal Point and the Rainbow Lake Wilderness Trail are, but it's a very cool spot and it's a little bit lesser known. I went there for the first time last fall with my wife, and I was only able to find the trail that goes to the top of the waterfall. Now that spring is here, I'm planning to go back and figure out how to get to the bottom of the waterfall as well. Another place that I've heard good things about is Walden's Ridge Park. Now, Walden's Ridge Park is geared towards rock climbers and bouldering enthusiasts and mountain bikers. So if you're in that community, then this could be a place to check out. I have not been there yet, but I intend to get more into mountain biking and rock climbing this next year, so hopefully I'll be out there soon. Also, if you'd like a video just on all the cool things to do outdoors in Chattanooga, let me know and I'll make that happen. Up on Signal Mountain, there is also a very large public pool. There are public tennis courts and pickleball courts, and there is some public baseball fields. Additionally, there are a few playgrounds and parks. So if those are things that are interesting to you, then you'll have access to them up on Signal Mountain. Finally, for my golf enthusiasts or people that are just kind of getting into golf, dabbling with it and struggling like me, there is the Signal Mountain Country Club. Now, this is a private 18-hole golf course. There is a beautiful clubhouse with a pool and I believe tennis courts. So if you end up getting a membership, then the family can tag along. There's things for them to do. It is very centrally located on Signal Mountain. So if you're into golf and being a member of a country club is important to you, then living on Signal Mountain, you could have very close access to a great golf course right there on the mountain with you. I am going to touch on schools really quick and just give you an overview of the schools in the area. If you'd like to know how the schools are rated and how they stack up compared to other schools, I'd encourage you to look at greatschools.org. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. For elementary students, there is Thrasher and Nolan Elementary. For middle school and high school, there is Signal Mountain Middle and High School. And then on the mountain, there is a private school. It's called Signal Mountain Christian School. Other private schools that are relatively close by, you have Baylor, which is right on the river. There is Girls Preparatory School, which is an all-girls school downtown Chattanooga. And there is Macaulay, which is an all-boys school and is the counterpart to GPS, Girls Preparatory School. Again, to see how these schools stack up and compare, I'd encourage you to look at greatschools.org. Again, I'll leave that linked in the description below. Signal Mountain really is a tight-knit community. It's a very beautiful place with stunning views and lots to do outdoors. If this video is helpful to you and you enjoyed it, YouTube thinks that you're gonna like this video here. One quick reminder, I am a licensed real estate agent in Tennessee, so if you're thinking about moving to the Chattanooga area and you'd like help finding the perfect home, feel free to reach out. My phone number is 423-358-5656. You can call or text, and I'll leave my email in the description and the comments below. If phone or email is not a great option for you, I do accept messages via carrier pigeon, so please send a pigeon my way with any questions or concerns. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.